we will discuss row echelon form and the rank of a matrix. So the contents are, we will discuss elementary row operations, row echelon form, rank of a matrix, and we will discuss few previous year KTU problems. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. So first of all, I will define what is elementary row operation. So you should note the point row operation. So we will not do any column operation, only row operation. So the first elementary row operation is you can interchange of two rows. You can interchange any two rows. If you have any A matrix A equal to 1 1 0 2 0 1 0 0 1, this is a matrix A. Then we can make an a this is row equivalent to, we can interchange any two rows. So this is R1 row 2 and this is R3 row 3. So if you want a row operation, R1 I am interchanging with R2, that means I am interchanging row R1 and R2. So this you can written as 1 1 0 0 0 1. So this is a elementary row operation. Now second elementary row operation is you can addition of a constant multiple of one row to another row. That is also a elementary row operation. You can add a constant multiple of a row to another row. If I, this is row equivalent to, so this A is row equivalent to. Okay, so now this is R2, R3. What I will do is 2 0 1 1 1 0, and I am changing R3 to 2 R3 minus R1. Okay, so 2 R3, that means 2 into R3 minus R1. So here first term is 0. 0 into 2, 0 minus 2. So that you will get minus 2. 0 0 into 2 minus 0. So that is 0. 1 into 2 minus 1. That is equal to 1. So this is so our R3. Now our R3 R3 changed into this form. So this means a constant multiple 2 into third row minus first row. So that is also a elementary row operation. And third one is multiplication of any row by a non-zero constant. Okay, so if you want to if now this is R1, R2 and R3. If I want R1 is equal to changes to 3R1. That means constant, non-zero constant. That is important. You cannot make zero constant. So R1 changed it to 3R1. So 6 0 3 1 1 0 minus 2 0 1. So these all are elementary row operations. And this matrix, our original matrix, is row equivalent to any elementary any matrix that is formed by elementary row operation. And one of the important thing, if any doubt, one of the important thing is you cannot have any column operations are not allowed. That means interchanging columns or adding columns are not allowed. And I will call a non-zero, a leading entry or a non-zero leading entry of the row is called leftmost part of the row is called pivot. So we call that pivot or non-zero leading entry. Now I will define the important topic, raw echelon matrix. Okay, so echelon matrix and an empyrean matrix is said to be echelon matrix if all first one all zero rows are above any row of all zeros. All non-zero rows are above any rows of zeros. That means if there is a zero row in the matrix, for example, if you have a matrix like row echelon form, like 2 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0. So this is not in row echelon form because here a zero row is here in the middle. So our condition is in row echelon form all non-zeros are above any row of zeros. So in row echelon form the first condition should be this row R3 should be R1 R2. You must interchange R3 and R2. So 1 0 1 0 0 0 0. So now the first condition uh, um, is okay, right? So what is that condition? Zero rows must be below the non-zero rows. Okay. Now second condition, the number of zeros preceding this entry is more than the corresponding number in the previous row. That is all, this is important, you just note down this. All entries in the column below the leading entry or pivots are 0. So here this is a leading entry, non-zero leading entry, and what we want these entries must be 0. So how to make that entry 0? You have to perform raw operations. So this is 2 0 0 0 and I want to make this 0. So what raw operation we want? R2 implies 2 R2 minus R1. 2 R2 minus R1. Then what will become? 2 into 1, 2 minus 2, 0. Here 0, 2, 0. Now what will be this? 0, 0, 0, 0. Now check whether this is in row echelon form. So this is our pivot. Now what will be that in that column below the pivot all elements are 0. That is okay. So all elements are 0. And now from here what is the leftmost non-zero element? So this is the pivot. And in below that column, below that entry, all elements are 0. And non-zero rows must be in the last row. Okay, last. So this is in row echelon form. So while doing problem, we will understand what is row echelon form of a matrix. So next important definition is rank of a matrix. Any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Anyone have any doubt? Okay.
Can I ask you?
Pardon?
If is term with all zero terms in the second row,
Uh,
and another row with all the zeros in the third row comes.
uh,
Is it a echelon matrix?
uh, if for example, like this 2 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Here R1, R2, R3. That means R2 and R3 are completely 0, right?
Yes, sir.
And now what you have to check is you have to check what is the pivot. So this is the first non-zero leading entry. Now you have to check whether in that column below the pivot is there every element is 0. Okay, so here
Okay, sir.
both are 0. Now you get one pivot from row 1. Now you have to check row 2. Is there any non-zero leading entry? No, there is
No.
no non-zero leading entry. And you check whether there is any non-zero leading entry in third row. There is no. Okay, so this is in row echelon form. So
Okay,
you
sir.
have to check
Thank you, sir.
that. Okay. Now we will do the problem. So the first problem is KTU 2017 university question. Reduce to row echelon form. Okay, does I define what is rank? So rank is of any matrix A is the number of non-zero rows in any echelon matrix equivalent to A. So what is rank? Rank is number of non-zero rows. Rank is equal to number of non-zero rows of echelon matrix of A. So for example here in this example how many non-zero rows are there? Non-zero row means at least one element must be non-zero. So this is non-zero row 1 and this is 0 row and this is 0 row. So what is rank? Number of non-zero row, that means only 1. So in this 3 by 4 matrix rank is 1. So you have to calculate, just you have to calculate how many non-zero rows, or or you have to calculate how many pivots are there. So here only one pivot is there, so that is rank is equal to 1. Okay, so now we will do this problem. uh, Reduce to row echelon form and find rank of this matrix. Okay, this is a KTU 2017 March question. So we will write the matrix. I am calling that matrix is A. A is equal to 3, 0, 2, 2, minus 6, 42, 24, 54, 21, minus 21, 0, minus 50. Okay. So we want to find out the rank. So in order to find out rank, we have two steps. First step is make it into row echelon form. Row echelon form. We have to change matrix A into row echelon form. Step 2, count number of non-zero rows, or you have to count how many pivots are there. Okay, what you mean by pivot? The leftmost non-zero leading entry.
Leading entry.
Okay, good. So first step. So the first step is we have to find row echelon form. So this is R1, R2, R3. So in this matrix, we can write R1 as itself, right? Like 3, 0. Okay, first you have to check whether there is a pivot. So what is the first non-zero leading entry? 3 is here. This is non-zero. So this is the pivot. So we can write pivot row as same as that. 2, 2. So this is pivot. Now what we have to make? We have to make 0 below the pivot in this column. So we have to change minus 6 to 0 and 21 to 0. So how to change? What row operation we can make? Anybody? R2,
R2 plus 2 R1.
R2
R2
plus
equal to
R2 equal to R2 plus 2r1. So what we will get, r2, this element is okay, this element is minus 6 and this element is 3. So minus 6 plus 2 into 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so this will become 0. Now what happened here? 42 plus 2 into 0, that is 42. Now what is here?
28.
28. And here
58.
8. Good. Now we want to make this element 0. So R3, what is the row operation?
R3
R3
3
minus
minus
7R1.
3 minus 7.
Well, R1. Good.
7R.
7R1. So this will become 0. Here
Minus 21. Minus 21.
minus 21. Here
Minus
0
14.
minus 14. And here
Minus 29.
minus 29. Right? Okay. Now our first okay, so in this here this is the pivot, and we make the elements below the pivot 0. So the first, now what is the next pivot? You have to search pivot for second row. So what is the non-zero leading entry here?
42.
42.
Our pivot. Now we will make row operation. So we can write first row as itself 0, 3, 0, 2, 2, and second row, the pivot row, we can write as itself for 42, 28, 58. Now what we have to make? We have to make this 0, right? This element 0. So what will be the row operation?
R2 plus
R3 plus R2.
E plus
R3 plus R2.
R3 plus R2 ആണോ?
Plus
R2
R2.
plus 2
R3
R3.
2R3 plus R2.
2R3 plus,
R2.
okay, or otherwise you can write R3 plus 1 by 2 R2. Okay, so 2R2, you can use fractions also. 2R2 R3 plus R2. So what will happen here? This is 0. Here this becomes
0.
0, 0, 0.
0.
So how many pivots are there? 2, right? So how many non-zero no, sorry, how many non-zero rows are there?
2.
2.
So what is the rank? Rank equal to 2.
2.
Either you count the number of pivots or you count non-zero number of non-zero rows. Now we can do the second problem. Okay, find the rank of the matrix. This, okay, this is this matrix, and this is a university question 2018. Now we want to find the rank. In order to find the rank, first we have to convert it into row echelon form. So I am calling this matrix A, and we will write that matrix. What is the matrix? 2, 3, minus 1, minus 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 1, and okay, 1, minus 1, minus 2, minus 4, 3, 1, 3, minus 2, 6, 3, 0, minus 7. Okay, so now what is the pivot here? First non-zero leading entry 2, right?
2.
Okay, so now we will write the pivot row as say 3, minus 1, minus 1, and we have to make this 0. Okay, so So we have to make that element 0. So what we have to do, or otherwise you can interchange the row and you can make one. No problem. So this is R1. Now what you can row operation you can make, R2 implies 2
R2 minus R1.
2 R1 minus, sorry, 2 R2 minus R1. So what you will get, this is 0. Here minus 2 minus 3. What is the answer here?
1.
Minus
-5.
minus 5, right? Minus 2 minus 3 minus 5. And here minus 2 into 2 minus 1. So what is here? Minus 4
3.
plus 3 ano or minus 3?
Minus 3.
Minus 3.
Minus 3. Next minus
Minus 7.
minus no sorry 2 into minus 1. So 8 sorry minus 8 plus 1 minus 7, right? Minus 7. Have you got answer minus 7?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we want to change. Okay, so what we will do, R3. Here there is 3, right? So here there is 2. Now what we will do is 2 into R3 minus 3 into R1. Okay, then what will happen? 2 into 3, 6, minus 3 into 2, 6. 6 minus 6, 0. Is it okay? Okay, so what is the row operation? 2 into R3 minus 3 into R1. Any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Then what is here? What is row operation? 2 into 1, 2 into 1 minus 3 into 3. So what is the answer? 2 minus 10 minus, have you got minus 7? Minus 7 ano?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next, here 3. 3 into 2, 6. 6 minus 3. Is it 9?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then tell me what is here.
Minus 1.
Minus 1. Correct alle? Minus 1. Okay. Okay, now R4. You can change R4 into, I want to make this 0.
R4 minus 3.
R4 minus 3 R1.
R4 minus 3 R1, right? So this becomes 0. What is here? Here
Minus 6.
6.
minus 6 ano?
Yes, sir.
Minus 6. And here
3.
3.
3.
and here
Minus
Minus
4.
4.
minus 4. correct അല്ലേ? Correct? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now our first pivot is this. What is second pivot?
-5. -5.
Okay, good. 2, 3, -1, -1. And we can write this also. 0, -5, -3, -7. Now what is how to make this 0? Now we want to make this two elements 0. So what is row operation? R3 implies anybody? Anybody? Okay, tell me what is 0 operation?
5 R2 minus 7 R2.
5
3 R3 equals to
R3
3
minus
R3 plus
3 R3
7R1
3 R3 plus
plus 7R1.
7 R1.
7 R
Minus 7R2.
R2 we want to make R2. So
7R2.
7 R2 then 3 ആണോ? Is it 3?
Sir, minus
7
5R3.
R1. 7 R1.
5R3.
5R3 minus
7R1.
7R1, sir.
R2.
R1, 7
R,
R1.
R1
7
then
R2.
R1 then there is a problem. If we are taking R1 then this 0 will be getting changed. Okay. Why? If you are taking for
Okay, sir.
second pivot then this 0 will get changed. So always if you are taking second pivot you have to take a second row here. So here pivot to 1 then we are taking this row. Okay, then it will be easier. Okay, then 0 here it becomes 0. Then what is here? 5 into 9 45, right? Okay, you just write 5 into 9 45 minus 7 into -3. So this is 45 plus 21, right? 60.
66.
And here
44.
2
44.
44.
only 44, right? Okay, now what we want to make this 0. So R4 implies
5 R4 minus
5 R4 minus
6 R2.
6 R2. Okay, so this becomes 0. Now what will be here? Here 5 into 3 minus 5 into 6 into 6 into
21.
what is the answer? 30.
21.
33.
33.
33 ആണോ? Is it
Yes,
33? 33. Okay. Now what about here?
22.
20. Okay. Now what are the pivots here? These 2 minus 5. And what is pivot here?
66.
6.
Now what we want to make? We want to make this element 0. We want to make this element 0. So we will write all pivot rows as same as that. Minus 7, 0, 0, 66, 44. And what is R4? We want to make
2
this
R4.
4
2
minus
R4
R4
minus
minus
R3.
R3, right? So we are using third, we have third pivot, so we will use third column. Sorry, third row. So what will happen here? 0, 0, 0, 0. So now check whether it is in row echelon form. First pivot is this, and every element below that row is, sorry, that column is 0. And second pivot is this, every element below that entry is 0. And third pivot is this, and every element below this entry are 0. So this is in row echelon form. Now what is rank?
3.
Rank is 3. Good. So problems. Rank of a matrix and previous year KTU problems. Okay, these are 3 problems we will discuss today. And first one is reduce the matrix A into row echelon form and find rank. This is KTU April 2018 question. And the second one is if a matrix is of rank 2, then find the value of A and B. And third question is same as find the rank of this matrix. Okay, so let us start first problem. We can do first problem. So this is KTU. Okay.
ഫസ്റ്റ് പ്രോബ്ലം ഇന്നലെ ചെയ്താണ് സാർ.
ഇന്നലെ ചെയ്തതാണ്. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ. അപ്പം നമുക്ക്
Yes, sir. Null ചെയ്തതാണ്.
okay. So we can do second problem. And this is somewhat different, right? Okay. I will place it here. Okay. So this is the problem. Is it visible to you? Right? If a matrix 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2, 3, 1, 2, 1 minus 1, 2, 6 minus 2, AB is of rank 2. Find the value of A and B. Okay, so we have to find the value of A and B, and given that rank of this matrix is 2, right? So before going to the solution, we know that what is rank of A. First step, we have to find row echelon form.
സാർ അതൊന്ന് മാറ്റോ, ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ കാണുന്നില്ല.
Question is not visible. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you want, I will.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So first step is we have to find the row echelon form of A, and second find the number of and rank is the number of non-zero rows or number of pivots. Okay. So first here it is given that rank is 2. Therefore, number of pivots or number of non-zero rows must be equal to 2. So first I will write 1 minus 2, 3, 1, 2, 1 minus 1, 2, 6 minus 2, A, B. Okay, so we have so now what we have to do is we have to find the row echelon form of this matrix. So how to find row echelon form? First, what is the procedure? You have to write the first row as itself, right? 2, 3, 1. Now this is R1, R2, R3. Okay, R1. Now what we have to do? We have to convert this into 0. So what is the row operation? Tell me. R2. R2 changes to
R2
uh,
minus 2 R1.
minus 2R1, right? R2 minus 2R1. That means 2, you will get 2 minus 2 into R1, 1. So this will become 0. So this is become 0. Then what will be here? 1 minus
2 minus R2 minus 2R1.
R2 minus 2R1. So here 1 minus 2 into minus 2. So what is the element here? What is the element here?
5.
What about here?
5.
5 ano?
Minus
Minus
7.
Minus 7, 0.
0, right? Okay. R, now we want to make this element 0, right? So what is the row operation?
R3 minus 6.
R3 minus 2 R1.
R3
R3 minus 6
minus
R1. 6 R1.
6R1, right? 6R1. So this becomes 0. Then what will be the element here?
10.
10, right? Now what happened here? A minus 6R1. So what is here? A minus 18. And what about here?
Minus 18.
B minus, what is here? This is B. B minus,
6.
6.
okay. So now this is our first pivot. And what is second pivot? This is second pivot, right? This is the first non-zero leading entry in the uh, we will say 1 minus 2, 3, 1, 0, 5 minus 7, 0. Now what we have to make? We have to make this element 0. So what is the row operation?
R3 changes. R3 minus 2 R.
2 R2, right? R3 changes to 2R2. So this is 0. What will happen here? 0. And what is the element here? A minus
A minus
18 minus plus 14. So what is the element here? A minus
-4.
A minus 4. What about here? B minus?
B minus
6.
Okay. Now given rank is equal to 2. This is given. Then what will happen? Rank എപ്പോഴാ 0 ആകാം? There may be only 2 pivot. That means last row completely 0. So what
Yes.
that means
A
A
to B.
minus 4 is equal to
A to
0. B minus 6 is equal to 0. Right? Rank 2 ആണെങ്കിൽ last complete row completely 0 ആണ്. That happens only when A minus 4 equal to 0 and B minus 6 is equal to 0. Then what is the value of A? 4
Sir, cut ആവുന്നുണ്ട്.
break ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ? Is it clear now?
Okay.
And B is equal
Okay,
to
sir.
6, right?